Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing. Where do you come from? Where you going? What are you feeling tonight? And what are you showing? Where do you come from? 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 Where you going? What are you drinking tonight? Let's keep them flowing.
Hey, what's going on? It is the Super PlayStation Bros coming at you, joined by special guest host Ray, the gaming cyborg. Thank you for joining the cast.
Man, it is 7:01. Usually I'm like, man, I would never get up this early to do a show. But you know what, man? You asked, you and Doragon are like two of my like favorite content creators, so I had to do the show. And also shout out to OB, Lo-Fi, a couple other great guys doing their thing. I see them in the chat. Just glad to be here. Happy to be here, man.
Yes, what's up to everybody in chat coming out here? Lo-Fi, Obi, Mr. Reaver, Crystal, and Simply Pwned Gaming. Who am I blowing? Where am I going? Yes, love this jam. SBG. We're pulling for you, big guy. We'll see you soon. Anyways, how are you doing this week, Ray? What have you been gaming on? Have you been hitting that PlayStation 5 a little bit, or gaming on some other things?
Dude, you see how Ray leaves out my name, no respect. Oh my god.
Oh, it's the cowboy. What's going on?
Hold on. I want to send a special hello to the crybaby. To the OG, the king of entertainment, my man Cowboy. What's up? Yeah, man. Look, a lot of people see me playing on like cloud and stuff, but honestly, late at night, because I have to wait when my son goes to bed, I do hop on my PS5. I've been playing a lot of Madden 24. I'm getting ready to play FC 24. I do Diablo 4 on my PS5. And I'm excited for the up and coming games, Spider-Man. And then I did talk to my wife about the Portal for my son, but we'll get into that later.
Yeah, absolutely. I myself have been glued on to Armored Core. It is all I can play right now. From Software has released a masterpiece of a mech explosion, tons of guns, so many enemies on screen, lots happening, constantly dodging, super boost dodge. We'll get into more of that later, but it's absolutely been my gaming focus, and I believe I'll be locked into Armored Core all the way up until Spider-Man's release. So I'm hoping that it'll carry me through to there. However, I got word that it's only 5 chapters long, which is breaking my heart, but multiple missions within the chapters, but it seems like it's not the longest game. But hey, I'll probably be grinding out to get those S tiers because I have really been loving it. And what up, Cowboy, King of Entertainment Network? I want to give a shout out to this guy for making the reach. Obviously, met this guy in person. He is a gem of a human being, and my hat's off to him. What up, Cowboy? Hope you're doing well today. Nice to see you in chat. And hey, don't forget to support the podcast. There's 3 ways to do that for free. 1, subscribe to the channel. 2, share out the podcast on your social media. And 3, hit that like button to promote the content. And we appreciate that to any new listeners chiming in. So without further ado,
What
let's
up,
jump into
Dorgon? I see you in the chat. What's up, man?
Dorgon. What's going on? Hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for stopping in. We miss you, but we will see you back here soon. And what's going on in the world? Okay, so we have a little bit of news here with the PlayStation acquisition. And that is that PlayStation gaming headset to rise to the next level as Sony buys um, Audeze. Audeze, I believe it's called.
Mm-hmm.
These are the headphone sets. Sorry, I'm having a little bit of technical issue. There we go. These are the headphone manufacturers of these super headphones. Basically, they created something called the Maxwell that came out last year, which is a high-end gaming headset. This thing has this technology called the Polymer. Sorry, I'm having issues pulling this up, but it essentially allows for ultra high speed. Um, All my notes are freezing on me. So the Audeze claims the 90 millimeter planar magnetic drivers have 3 times more surface area than its competitor drivers to give them more sonic detail. That is insane because they're able to also provide at the same time 80 hours of battery life on their headset. And if we know
Wow.
anything about PlayStation products, is they need more battery life. These high end brand Audis are really going to position PlayStation's audio experience at the next generation by taking a brand which I sort of assimilate to like the Ferrari and
Mm-hmm.
bringing it into the PlayStation ecosystem. And people who are worried about their Audis headphones, they are still going to be producing their high end products. Their line will not stop. This deal is to sort of boost up PlayStation and provide some resources there to really infuse that PlayStation audio experience with this high end technology. I'm pretty excited about it.
Let me tell you.
However,
Oh, go ahead.
yeah, my downside thinking is you just released 2 new audio products, and now I'm thinking, do I just hold off until you come out with the Audeze PlayStation connection? Like after this merger has really, I get to benefit from the seeds of this merger. I don't know. It kind of positions me away from buying the 2 new headsets they're releasing.
So when I go into places like Walmart or Target, they got the headphone sections where you can listen to the sound and stuff, and that's how I have to hear it. I'm definitely in the market for some new headphones because the headphones that when I plug into my PS5 or my Bluetooth headphones that I got, just not they just don't have that audio. So when I'm playing Madden, I really like to hear the hits. When I'm playing FC 24, I want to hear the feet on the pitch. So I want that sound, and so I'm gonna look at the reviews and stuff, but I am in the market for some headphones, and this is great for them to. Hey, any news to put out the brand is good because they're selling a whole bunch of PlayStations all over the world, so this is good. This is good for Sony.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's going to kick up their audio experience and really yeah, sort of bring up one other aspect of their immersion. And no, it's not essentially the gameplay aspect, but that's what Sony focuses on, those little bits of things that like the haptic feedback in their controller or the specialized screen that has the in zone technology. But I look forward to it. We'll see what happens. I'm impressed by PlayStation's move on looking to make the player experience better.
I agree, totally agree.
And it has paid off with PlayStation now more than tripled in Europe
Woo!
compared year over year. So the big numbers are coming in, and PlayStation is able to triple its numbers here. And why I need to get a new computer. This is why people have PCs, right? Because laptops just slow right down, and it's crazy. I wish I could run this podcast off my PlayStation, right?
Um, that you probably could. I don't know.
So cool stuff coming out there. PlayStation tripling their numbers according to charts. GSD, 500,000 consoles were sold across Europe during July. That's up 62.5% year over year. So impressive numbers.
They're killing it in
Obviously, they
Germany.
had
Killing it
success.
in Germany.
Absolutely. And Germany's population, when you look it up, I always get surprised by the numbers over in Europe just because I'm so
Mhm.
disconnected. But they have huge amounts of gamers over in those European countries. And
Right.
they're scooping up the PlayStations. They're buying into those huge experiences. I think God of War plays right into that like ethos over there, if I was to make an assumption. But uh,
I would probably say certain price sales probably helped a lot. Also,
yeah, they recently
the
had that.
updates, the awesome updates that they've been doing to the system. I've also I always tell my son, hey, Dad, can I just skip through the updates? No, do the updates, do the updates on the system. Cause and I see the difference when I'm playing. And so but yeah, they're killing it. They've always been strong in Europe and also in the Japan market, man. They're killing it right now.
Yeah. And that's what you were saying. Due to the recent discounts, they're citing here Sony PlayStation 5 saw a massive 244% increase in sales. So it's strategic marketing, strategic discounts, and good software to back it up. And increased sales in PlayStation just means better software to come out down the road. So look forward to seeing that. And speaking of new things coming from PlayStation, we have a big one coming here, and that is their portal. What I have heard, the new PSP, because PlayStation Portal PSP.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
So here it
I like
is.
that. I like that. I like that.
Yeah, I heard Windstar say it on Dorgon's video, so I stole that there. I'll give the credit to Windstar. This PlayStation Portal allows a window for you to access your PlayStation 5 through the technology of remote play. Now, how it does not allow for local storage. You have to be connected to a internet broadband. Now, the requirements for the broadband, I honestly thought were incredibly shocking. Requires broadband internet Wi-Fi with at least 5 megabytes per second for
Second.
use. That's a pretty minimal barrier to entry. I mean, if you set up a phone hotspot, you could essentially access that from anywhere.
Hmm. Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, yeah. That's true. That's true. You can be in the sports bar. You can be at the dentist office. You can be outside. You know, under on the patio furniture.
it's
But
uh, it's a concept which I find people are shocked about not having that local power.
mhm,
However, here you're able to I feel like it's built for the future. It's built for a world where Wi-Fi is everywhere. And for people who have access to phones, Wi-Fi is everywhere for a lot of people. And so this is just building something that I find will be the new standard coming to the future. We'll stop locally storing all of this power in the device because it's going to eat up the battery And it's much easier just to transmit from something else, in my layman's terms thinking. Yes, there will always be a space for people who want that local power,
Hmm.
but this is kind of giving you your local cloud server in your PS5 in a way.
You know,
You kind of have a control of that, and you're like, wow, I have a connection to
mhm.
this cloud server that I'm using.
No,
Who we got here in the chat? I see Cowboy saying, you got to see my PlayStation Portal
yes.
video I made, very detailed, and I added the tech side of it and answered many questions. Oh, we'll have to take a look at that as well. I've been recently getting in from a long trip, been away for a little bit, but just catching up and getting up to speed with everything today, so look forward to checking that out.
For me, like I'm a huge fan of remote play because I actually use remote play on my phone, and so when my son is playing on the Xbox or he wants to watch cartoons or whatever, I turn on remote play and I play on my PC. Um, for me personally, for my usage, I use it on my PC and on my phone, but I am starting to think about my son, and I talked to my wife about it because he wants the PlayStation VR, but I might just like, you know what, man, I might just get you this Portal because he loves handhelds, and he's at the point now, he's a teenager and he likes privacy, and this would be perfect for him to just be in his room and play Fortnite or play on his PlayStation. So I'm actually thinking about getting this from my son for Christmas. So, but for me, my thing, I need, like, I'm a cloud, I'm PC. I'm looking at the Ally ROG just for my personal needs, but I won't knock anybody else who doesn't have a powerful phone or they don't have a ROG, but they do have a PlayStation, and they do, because remote play is awesome, folks. And I do remote. I actually stream remote on my PC, and I stream it and it
Yep,
works perfect. I've
same.
never had an issue. Never had an issue. So but I think this is great. I know there's a lot of people skeptical, but I did check out Cowboy's video, and I do recommend you guys check out his video and do your research. Yeah.
Exactly. At first, I was skeptical as well. I had issues with my remote play when I tested it. However, I realized maybe it was some issues on my end that I needed to adjust. After adjusting, I retested it out at a buddy of mine's. So I was very far away from my PlayStation. It worked flawlessly, no latency, on less than 15 megabytes up and down. So I was impressed by what I was given in my hands. I felt the latency
Hmm.
was not like negligible. I'm really looking forward to it. For me, holding the PlayStation controller has always felt good.
Hmm.
The haptic responses are going to be awesome that they're included on this. I don't know how the battery life, they haven't expressed how long that's going to be,
Hmm.
because that controller functions, they do eat up the battery. But hey, if you're looking for that portable option and you're not scared off by the fact you always have to be connected to internet, you just got to think your phone is always connected to internet anyways. Like this is just thinking, future thinking when you really look into it. It's not that hard to wrap your mind about, and it's really just access to all your PS5 in your hand. Um,
Yeah.
any
Yeah.
uh, any thoughts on this 3.5 mil audio jack? Do you think they did that for audio files, reducing maybe the cost of entry for people who don't want to buy the headset as well?
Hello. Man, that's another thing. So guys, when you spend your 250 or $300 on this portal, they do have the buds, which is another $200. So
Boom.
yeah, but they do give you an option to just put a jack in. I'm old school. I remember my PSP and the other and the Vita. I used to just plug in and just go and play like that. But like I said, you have options. I think consumers these days, if you can't get the Bluetooth and you want to do something else, it's good to have options, especially if your Bluetooth headphone. They make headphones now. These headphones, this is Bluetooth. I can unplug this and I can go walk around. But when it dies, when the battery dies, and I'm like, oh dang it, I have an option to plug it in. So and so I just think uh, giving people options to have that jack is good.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a nice addition, and I think also for audiophiles, they like that they need the hardcore the landline connection to really experience the best audio, right? A lot of people have those big nice audio setups. So I think it's important to have those choices, and I'm glad it's not completely cut off. However, I don't see a Bluetooth option, meaning that you will have to only connect via this PS Link. Or, you can always. This is what I did with my Switch before they introduced Bluetooth. You can attach um, a Bluetooth sort of link into the 3.5 audio jack. And then from there, you get the Bluetooth connectivity.
Right.
So there's always like workarounds.
Yep.
What
Yep.
up, fellas? It's Ron Slusher. Stadia Portal
What up?
coming soon. That would have
What,
been.
what up, geek?
Imagine that came out on launch. The
What?
Stadia Portal, man, that would have been connect anywhere to cloud gaming for this sort of design. Man, that would have been genius. I find it would have been the ultimate mobile device and really future concept breaking. Shout out to that comment.
What up, Rouster?
Uh, and Rouster, yes, if they had a SIM card or insert into the portal, it would be on par with what we see today in the iPads, right? In the Microsoft Surfaces. I think their move to get away from that, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's too future proofing saying that Wi-Fi is everywhere, but it's not everywhere right now. And
Right.
that SIM card option would be smart, but it would also be an additional price. And I think we
Right.
all carry around a SIM card
Right.
with us in our pocket,
Right.
right?
Right. Right. And then you got my good friend Obi here, and you got my good friend Cowboy. Obi saying, "Damn, that's messed up that you can't let you use your Bluetooth." But you got Cowboys saying, you know what, man, they know what they're doing. They want you to stay in that ecosystem, man, and spend that Sony, that money on Sony. And that's
Yep.
ain't
Yep.
no different than Apple, man. I get it. But if you are a Sony consumer, you're gonna buy it. And they know that. They know that.
Yeah. Can you play Portal 2 on your Portal? That's that's a Portal on Portal action. That's Portal squared.
That's
I look forward. But yeah, there is workarounds. Like I said, you could use a Bluetooth dongle. They may block that, but you could see. I'm sure there'll be tests on it when it first comes out. These headphones, I'm reading into it, are
mhm,
actually using I keep forgetting what it's called, planar magnetic driver technology. So it seems like they were working with Audeze beforehand, and now this acquisition is sort of the next level of their relationship. Um, these these headphones right here, looking to filter out AI background noise, or sorry, filter out background noise using AI technology, also including dual microphones and a pop out boom mic as
mhm,
well. It seems they're really taking a page from Apple, offering the Elite and the Explorer. So sort of your pro and your non-pro device. Uh, it all depends which you like, the earbuds or the headset. Coming in at 199 USD, so the same price as the Portal for the headset, and then the earbuds are coming in at 149.
Yeah.
It's not a cheap buy-in.
Yeah. Man, I'm probably looking. You know what? Portal, and then probably birthday, maybe the earbuds from my son. We'll see. He's been begging for some USB. I mean not USB, some Bluetooth headphones, earbuds. When we were in Hawaii, he was begging us for some. Yeah, I want these.
Yeah. Oh, I have the Google Pixel earbuds, but my issue is I can't get them to like stay in my ear. I don't know what
Oh,
it is, so
dude.
I'm a little bit scared about these.
Man, I would let me tell you, if I drop 200 bills and one of them falls out of my ear, oh my god, I would be so. But you know what I would do? I would probably just like keep them in the house. Like I won't lose them home, but if I went out, but my son, he loses everything, everything. And you know what? Now that I thought about it, hell nah, he ain't getting them. I'm just gonna do what
He's
cow.
gonna lose them.
I think I'm gonna do what Cowboy do and just look, man, just put that, just inject that into there and shut up.
I mean, for the same price as the Portal, just get the Portal, plug in the just some simple Apple headsets you get from like 12, $15, and then
Mm-hmm.
that's your audio setup for the kid.
Right.
Geek to Sneak. I think PS is counting on the player base not being so smart, is what I'm going to correct there. Sorry, Geek to Sneak, for paraphrasing. I'm curious as to how many people will purchase. Will there be enough for them to turn a profit? I believe there are those adopters. I mean, the amount that PlayStation VR2 sold. PlayStations are skyrocketing in sales every month after month. We just seen in Europe they've tripled.
Mm-hmm.
So they instantly have that base of PlayStation people and consumers who are looking to purchase the next products. So I think based on that alone, they're able to launch these products with the confidence of the base. That would be my perspective. Ponies, yeah. But hey, have you seen this? But they keep doing cool things. You hang your headphones, and that's how they charge, Ray. That's how they charge.
I like that.
Hanging them.
I remember I had got the old school PS4 Sony headphones, and those things were awesome. Awesome. But I am so like, man, look at this. See, makes me, they just keep innovating. And I like that. I like a company that does innovation, and just keep changing the game. But yeah, that is cool. That is cool. Because there's nothing worse than picking up some headphones and they're dead.
Right. But you put this on the wall behind you, it makes an excellent background piece, and you always have your headphones charging. That is pretty cool. Ron Slusher brings up something cool. Does the Logitech G Cloud have remote play with PS5? I assume it would. You would be able to download that app. I don't have experience with the Logitech G Cloud. However, that would be a fun little sort of combo to have if possible. Any way to play the PlayStation, I think that's what's good about this sort of open-ish ecosystem we have. There's different ways to achieve something. PlayStation's just sort of giving their best shot at it, their branded experience for the remote play. And they're giving you a 1080p screen, 60 FPS, 8-inch, with the DualSense controller and all that haptic feedback that they're offering you. So that is sort of an experience that is exclusive. Plus, all of these headphones with the magnetic polar experience.
Right.
Sorry if I'm saying that wrong, but they're really trying to deliver on all fronts of the immersion.
And then I like OB. OB says innovation is great, but the price point's killing me.
I
Seen
know.
as Apple rumor and said the new phones will be like 60% more. That's how they get you, man. That's how they get you. They get you. Yeah, that's how they get you.
I know, it's crazy. And I only wear one at a time because I like to hear everything around me. He says, well, does the earbud have to hook that you can use it to hold it into your ears? Yeah, I don't know what it is. My ears are just not able to hold these buds these days. So it's hard for me to be able to use those effectively. I always end up just over the headphones, over the ears. But yeah, that is the PlayStation Portal announcement. We have the Pulse Elite and the Pulse Explorer. They're going to be using this PlayStation Link technology, which has supported devices on PS5, PC, Mac, or the PlayStation Portal. Hashtag PSP
Mm-hmm.
2023. Uh, and a Bluetooth supported device. So that little bit of thing I must have skipped over. I guess PlayStation Link will be able to connect with Bluetooth supported devices as a separate entity. We'll see something about that when they release. But that is sort of them, I guess, not shutting everything out. But yeah, they're leaving the doors open. Obviously, you can use
I
PlayStation Link with other devices as well.
right, right. I wonder would it be somebody that has Sony back, because Sony did make a deal with another headphone company. Would it be like, I mean, I guarantee it's not going
Right.
to be a lot of Bluetooth headsets and stuff. It might be just a select group.
Right, like previous PlayStation headsets, that have that existing contract.
Exactly.
I hear what you're saying. Um, yeah, the this PlayStation Link technology, the innovation is going to deliver low latency, lossless audio, and easy switching between multiple PlayStation Link hosts, such as PlayStation 5, as well as your PlayStation Portal. So you're, I assume, just going to be able to change networks, and it's going to be incredibly clear sound with noise reduction and low latency. So look forward to it. But that price point's a little crazy, and I think everyone sort of got their eye on. Hopefully, there's a price reduction on Black Friday. However, I will say last year I was looking for the End Zone
Hmm.
monitor and screen on Black
Hmm.
Friday, and I swear that thing never went down in price. And it's been a full year, and I don't think it's still gone down in price. Like, ugh,
Wow. You'll get
yeah.
it. You'll get it.
One day I'll get it. Very cool stuff. I think I'm excited to see this release of products. And when I'm looking at a portable device to take with me places, I mean, nowadays, airplanes have Wi Fi. Am I not mistaken?
Nope. Nope. You are
Like, you could essentially take this thing on a flight.
yeah.
So I look forward to seeing the videos, seeing this thing play out. 199 to me is not a
Yeah.
crazy entry into portables. Seeing the PlayStation Switch, not PlayStation Switch, Nintendo Switch,
The Nintendo Switch.
at a very similar price point. But yeah, it's cool stuff. Man, are you gonna get the Pro or the PlayStation, the PSP? Or will it be something that you kind of watch from the sidelines? I know there's so many other. You've always been talking about the ROG. I mean, for me, it's
I
either the
want the
PSP
ROG.
or no.
I'm looking for the Portal. I'm looking for my son, and I'm looking
Yeah,
because and I'm thinking because me and my wife were like, okay, Christmas is just around the corner. What has he been talking about? And he's been talking about the PlayStation VR, but the price of that thing. But the Portal is doable. But he's not getting the buds though, because he's gonna lose them. He's definitely gonna lose them.
yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, no, I'm actually thinking about getting that for him because he sees me do remote play. So how do you? What are you doing? And I'm playing. They had AEW Stampede, and that's 30 guys online that you're wrestling in a football field. and so I remote played that, and
What? That sounds
and
like chaos.
and and you're running from the concession stand onto the football field, and you're just knocking people out and stuff. And I was doing that remote play on my PC, and it worked perfect. No issues, no, the control worked perfect. So I'm thinking that the Portal is going to do great. So, but with the remote play, but for me, just my personal, I got to spend a little extra more for Daddy, because Daddy deserves that alley rod. So that's just
Yeah.
me. That's just me. But I'm not knocking anybody. Hey, anybody want to get the Portal and you got a PS5, you do you. You got to do you. So I'm not gonna knock anybody that tries to get it. What up, Winstar?
Windstar. The man, he's the one who I heard he coins the PSP.
I
So
think that's
shout out to
brilliant.
Windstar.
I didn't
Yeah.
even think about that. I didn't even think about
Yeah.
that. I like that.
PlayStation Portal equals PSP, and Cowboy says he would have gotten it for 250, and PlayStation saved him 50. So that's what I mean. The price for people who are in that ecosystem, it's attractive. I mean, they're hungry for more PlayStation devices, and those are the type of consumers that they've built up over 40 plus
I
million
mean,
sales of the
I mean,
PS5.
me and my wife, we have a Best Buy account, so we can easily, like put that. Actually, I could actually put the buds on the. I mean, I don't have to go all out and spend, because I'm pretty sure I could just go to Best Buy and just put it on the account and just make payments or whatever. But like I said, people, work within your means. If you can afford it,
Yes.
get it. If you can't, gotta eat.
Absolutely. Let's jump into the next experience with PlayStation is offering, which I always find that they are, like I said, trying to push what the consumer, what the gamer is experiencing. And that's a perfect example with PSVR2. They are pumping out software, they're pumping out experiences, they're offering something that is different in terms of player immersion. And here we have Bulletstorm VR. And when I heard Bulletstorm, instantly I thought I've heard of this IP
Yes,
before.
yes. I played
And
Bulletstorm. I played Bulletstorm.
right, it is a 2011 first-person shooter game developed by People Can Fly, which, if I'm not mistaken, is that Outriders? It may be
Very,
Outriders.
very, very good. Very good. Yes.
Epic Games and EA. And it was distinguished by rewarding players with skill points and performing increasingly creative kills. So doing something like that in VR is just it's a really nice handoff. So I mean, it's pretty exciting. Oh wow, I have to have a certain age to view this content. I don't personally. It's I guess rated R for content
Dude,
views,
if you
but
a lot of blood, a lot of blood.
yeah. I always really wanted a PSVR2. I always said, if I hit it big at the casino last night, except I'd have to gamble to hit it big, and I'm not a very big gambler. I would have got a PSVR2. I just have zero space in this place, but we'll see. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. It's they offer such cool experiences that sometimes I feel FOMO on the outside looking in. Not having one. uh well, and then I know Dorgon, if you're listening, you're probably jumping up and down. This guy's making a lot of VR2 content, and it just looks so cool. He's got the nice camera setup too, where you can like see him, and then the VR's in the back. It
Nice.
a suit like as the viewer, it looks like you're watching like somebody on stage. It's a
Nice.
cool stream experience.
Oh, I love this. I read this. This was a
Yeah.
nice.
This I've always said as of recently that and thanks Ray for for helping keep up with the chat. Sometimes I'm very bad at this. Cowboy says, I did something crazy with remote play this weekend. I was 2 hours from my house playing remote play and streaming it to YouTube. Ooh. So I assume you're doing that on a PC, because I know specifically for the PlayStation Portal, you won't be able to broadcast or use the stream functions on that device. They were restricting that. And in addition, you can't access your cloud streaming library for PS Premium members. So there are some restrictions and no news of opening that up. However, on different devices, I'm sure it's absolutely possible to stream to YouTube at the same time as using remote play. A bit
Nice.
of a, but this game is really knocking my socks off. Armored Core 6, and they have an interview with the director Yamamura. And Yamamura is also responsible for one of my all-time favorite
Yes.
games, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. And if you've played that game, you can only imagine what's coming for you in Armored Core 6.
But the one thing I do like about this is that, one, he's on board. Two, they actually didn't want to discourage the game players, so they actually put a tutorial, instructions on what to do. Sometimes, they just if you throw players in a very difficult soul-like game, some people can do those games, some people can't. They get discouraged. But I do like the fact that they went back to the drawing board, reevaluated. As something that I would love companies to do, is before they put something out, like, wait a minute, because they've been doing this since 2018, getting this game, starting this game and stuff, or 2017 or 2018. But I love watching you guys. Make sure you watch Rue's videos on this. I watched your videos. Always been a fan of Armor Core mech robots, and your videos are awesome. So and you're the only video out of all the videos, you're the only one I've been watching your videos of this. And when I watch it, it makes me, now I want to get the game. And I do plan on getting this game as soon as there's some other stuff coming out, but I do want to play this. And I wanted to play this because of your video. So I just want to give you that shout.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that. And they have done a lot of things, as you can read through this interview, to really open up that barrier to entry. So Yamamura goes on to talk about the target assist function, which they've now introduced. Be sure to turn that on, and it'll automatically lock on to all of the enemies. You no longer have to specifically do that to each enemy. This opens up the barrier of entry. The tutorials, like you were saying, the introduction, they go over all the parts, the
Yes.
descriptions, the breakdown. And that's a big aspect of this game, is the whole assembly process. And that's what they really tried to drive home, connecting to your mech, building the perfect mech to take out some of these enemies, these bosses, these landscapes, the challenges they present in front of you. And no, it's not a cut-off story game. Some of these stories, some of these missions have their own enclosed little tale inside. There was one time I dropped down and there was this downed pilot. And I go to investigate the situation, and turns out the pilot wants my call sign. So he starts attacking me. And then it goes into a huge battle. I take down the pilot. And in the end, he says he regrets what he did. And he says, I only wanted my own call sign. And then he
God.
dies. And then I felt bad.
Oh
And my
no.
heartstrings were pulled. I was like, no. And like it hits you. They have this strong sense of storytelling, which they're starting to show off more and more through their From Software has always had a reputation of not being story driven, and here they're doing something special, I'm really connecting to it.
Dude, my dad, my dad was in the Navy, and when he used to go to Japan, he would bring me back all these, you guys know Japan, man, where all the mech, the giant robots and the cool, awesome toys, Robotech and the mech. I used to play in the backyard in the sand with my friends and like play with the rope, like missiles,
Yeah,
and used to do.
exactly.
And it's just freaking amazing that they made a game, Armor Core, that you can add all this stuff and it's just blows me away because this is stuff that I used to imagine when I was a kid, and it's so awesome to play it. And I've got the first Armor Core when it came out to PlayStation. I think I got Armor Core 2 and Armor Core 3.
Oh wow.
I got the Mech War. There's also Mech Warriors I got on PC, but Armor Core is on a whole nother level, folks. And this game is beautiful and it looks amazing.
And there's a sort of insider tip here, if you're interested. We're getting reports that the PlayStation 4 version of the game works better on PlayStation 5 in terms of performance mode, where it has that locked 60 FPS. I'm sure this will get fixed in an update, but if you're really wanting that locked 60 FPS experience, I would recommend installing that PS4 version, pulling it up on your PS5, and locking that into the performance mode there. But I will say, off the bat, they make you fight this massive helicopter, and there's
Oh wow.
no way to get around it. And as Rouster was pointing out to me last night in a chat, the helicopter is not easy, and it's stopping a lot of people.
Wow.
And not only that, is that they take away your weapons. So you're fighting this helicopter with no left. So you only got 3 weapons, and they restrict you to what you can use, and your pilot's been damaged. And they're so brutal. They're so brutal. I went to go replay the mission, and it took me 6 attempts.
Oh my god.
It's a tough opening boss, and there's no way to get around it. So I will caution. I will caution about the
Wow.
difficulty.
Wow. Well, I know I talked to Pika. Pika told me he's having some issues. He says it is difficult.
My wife is asking for the car keys. There you
Not
are, honey. Huh? Yes, there's gas in the car. Sorry about that, viewers. The wife comes first. That's
always,
how.
always.
That's a good message.
I got up. So doing this at 7 in the morning, my time, I got up and made breakfast for my wife.
Aw,
So
that's nice.
yeah.
It's always good to start off the day with breakfast. That's always a good shout too. Gets that metabolism kicking, gets that brain functioning, firing. It's good stuff. I just want to say a last thing on Armored Core. It's been an absolute blast, and I'll be posting way more content on this. I will definitely be taking deep dive focuses. Also, there's certain codes you can share when you design a mech. If you're looking for mechs to get A classes, even S classes, I'll be sure to share all my mech codes. I'm really looking forward to getting into this and having a massive blast. Awesome what they've done here.
Yep. I would some nominations at the Game Awards, you think?
Oh, I think it may have it scored 87 on Metacritic, which is very impressive. I will say, after 10 years of being silent, after creating a mech game, I'm hoping for Game of the Year, obviously, because it's like my team. But I know that they're kind of underdogs in this. I could see something of a different category, like an action.
Hey, let me tell you,
Perhaps.
if you told me Sekiro was going to win that year, I would have said you was crazy and out of your mind. And that he won. That director that's on this game won.
Yeah.
So you never know. You never know. I'm just saying. Just saying.
Oh, and Sekiro is a game that holds up. I still go back and play it. It is my relax game, which is crazy to people, but I just absolutely adore the title. It's so cool.
Yep.
Coming up next, there's so much news this week I wanted to get through. But there's just so much happening in the world of gaming this week. We had Destiny 2's final shape. Dorgon, if you're listening, I know you're also huge into Destiny, and so much is happening in the new showcase here. I just want to go over a couple things. People who are interested in Destiny 2, the final shape arrives February 27th, 2024. Now, something's happened to Bungie in between this last um, iteration of the Destiny 2 series. They have been purchased by Sony, and Sony's influence has always been heavy into storytelling. And I believe that's going to shine through here in the final shape. We have heavy storytelling. We have the ghost perspective. We have the reason why he chose you as a guardian. We have clear linear objectives. They say you're going to be starting in heaven and the final destination is going to be hell. They're changing up the season scheme to be chapters and episodes. They are changing the surroundings as you progress, something that they're taking from a very successful series in Half-Life. It's going to be promoting a strong sense of progress. The raid they're changing up that whole structure, so the story will have an ending, but it won't be the final ending. If you want to see the final ending, then you will have to progress to the raid, which has never been done before. And the raid's end boss will be the witness, ending in a epic finale of a season. This will be the conclusion to all light and darkness as a power source as we know it. And Destiny 2 will forever be changed after this raid. So it'll be a pinnacle moment of Destiny 2. And
Awesome
yeah,
for you Destiny 2 players. Awesome.
they're bringing back Cade, so that's also cool. Yeah, people excited for the new content. There'll be no new subclasses. Sorry about that. And they'll be introducing a new ad type called subjugators. Subjugators will be acting as a support type for ads. They are going to be changing up how you approach situations in terms of tormentors. If you remember before, they would just come in, create a loud bang, and try to disrupt things. These subjugators will work with existing players on the field to create new challenges. So that's going to be a new way to play, and I like how they're constantly evolving the battlegrounds. Sekiro, yes. Rouster says Rudix plays Sekiro to relax before bed, then gets in another character to 100 in Diablo while sleeping. Yeah, I was definitely playing. You know what? I actually had a dream one night. I played so much Diablo that I was in a nightmare dungeon. So be wary of that.
Oh my god.
I remember it specifically too, and I remember there was like this snake thing coming at me, trying to pull me underwater, and I'm like, "Oh
Oh
my
my
god, I played
god.
too much,
That is
too
too
much
much.
Diablo."
Yeah, that's too much. When you're having dreams like that, yeah, you better take a
Yeah,
break.
yeah, exactly, and that's why I'm not turning on Diablo for the next little bit, but that's my own little bit. Let's get into a fun little story for before the end of the show here. We're going to be wrapping it up at the top of the
Oh
hour.
my god.
Fortnite.
Uh, uh
Bye, Antoinette. Take care. Of course. Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 4 Last Resort arrives today. So that was obviously back on August 25th.
yep.
Uh, Fortnite is introducing new aspects to the map. They've designed these new resorts, high luxury. They're going to be filled with all sorts of loot and goodies. So that Rudix does it. Thanks, SPG, for that one. That made me laugh.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
it's a lot of fun stuff. You're gonna have rockets with a lot of pizzazz, golden guns. Honestly, bows in Fortnite's is some of my favorites. And just like fun things to play with.
Don't they have a car? Yeah, there it is.
Yeah,
There it
yeah.
is.
Pizza Pit.
Pizza Pit. Yeah, my son is addicted. He got $300 for his birthday from his grandfather, and guess what he wanted to spend the $300 on?
V-Bucks.
V-Bucks. And I'm like, no, not the whole $300. He is addicted. He actually like,
Oh my
Dad,
goodness.
Dad, get me up early. Get me up early in the morning. The new season, the new season, the new season. And so anytime there's a new season, he likes to get the previews, and he's been playing it with his friends, and yeah, he loves this game.
We can see some crossovers here. You can see
Yeah, there he is.
somebody
Yeah.
standing back here.
Yep.
Ashoka.
Star Wars.
So obviously there's going to be tons of crossovers this season, as they do. Lots going on. Lots of V-Bucks spent. I will be gaming on Fortnite with the Brew Diglets Wednesdays at 10 p.m.
That's why
Shout out there. Family game night.
This game is why I do remote play it, because he's playing with Fortnite 24/7 with his friends. So I have to remote play on my PC, or I have to just play some other stuff on my PC because he's playing Fortnite.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I think it brings people together with the ease of entry, the short games, and it makes it's like
When you
a fun
you
time
stream
with
with
the
your
family.
family, you do.
Yeah.
I've seen your streams with the family. They're amazing. They're
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah, fun time with the family.
And that's what gaming is about at the end of the day. It's just having good times, hanging out with family, hanging out with friends. And if you do that on PlayStation, awesome. And if you're doing that elsewhere, hopefully there's crossplay to PlayStation. But that's what we got for you today on Super PlayStation Bros. I want to thank Ray, special guest,
Man,
for coming out, hitting it out of the park.
first, huge shout out to Dorgon. Thank you. Anytime you guys need a fill in, just let me know. Thank you for the invite. Very flattered. I do get up, I watch the show. I love your content. Love you guys. I think you're doing a great work for the gaming community. Shout out to the chat. And then, guys, please keep my good friend, my brother from another mother, Simply Pone William SPG. He's getting ready to have back surgery today, guys. Keep him in your prayers. And thank you for being here, man. This has been great. The Cowboy, Obi, Roster, Ron, Reaver, all you guys in the chat, man. And Windstar, thank you, Geek. Just some awesome people in the community, David. Thank you.
Really appreciate it, guys. It's been awesome. And if you're new, be sure to check out the links in the description. You got my channel at Rudigs, where I stream video games. You got Ray's channel as well in the description. So be sure to check that out at the same time. And join the Discord, Cyborg City. Be sure to check out, hang out with all of us in the Discord. We're always popping. Love hanging out in there, posting all sorts of fun. It's all but good times. And SPG, we're wishing you the best. And yes, place it. Look at those back paddles.
Oh my god, man! My son's got the red. He's got the red one. I'm so jealous. Son's got the red one.
This is the Pro with the back paddles.
Ooh, that looks. Oh my god, that looks nice.
Oh yeah,
It looks nice.
Well, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for hanging out with us, and we will see you next week. Until then, be kind and bring peace into the world. All right, see ya.
Grove.
Why do I even need to? I die with the season leaves. I glide with the season breeze. True, my mind so easily spooked. I ride just to